little bit of feeling in your stomach.
Do you have fire in your gut?
What the hell is going on with the Raiders? If you're with me. Now, Chris Jones is holding out. Travis Kelce tweaked his knee. Sean Payton is yelling at Russell Wilson about not kissing babies. And all the way from left field comes Chandler Jones going on a weird Instagram rant, talking incredible trash about Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, saying he's done with them. I'll reveal exactly what he said today, and as a Broncos fan, I say thank you. Thank you for taking the attention away from us for once. Had Chandler Jones not went crazy, everyone would be laughing at my team again. They'd be pointing at this Sean Payton quote. The one where he apparently told Seth Wickersham of ESPN that he told Russell Wilson, "Will you fucking stop kissing all the babies? You're not running for public office." To which I say, yet, Sean, he's not running yet. That's the thing I thought would be getting thrown in my face if Russ wasn't playing well Sunday. I was expecting Raiders fans to be like, ha ha ha, your coach won't even let his quarterback kiss his new baby.
You smell like you about to get pregnant again.
If the Broncos were to lose to the Raiders Sunday. Well, now, a Broncos win feels more and more likely. And you guys know, I'm an unapologetic Raider hater, but I'm here with you today. I'm making a peace offering today, Raiders fans. I'm concerned. And we need to get to the bottom of the implosion that's about to happen to your team. That's good sports. Hey, need something to help get you through the grind of the day? Well, why don't you check out my coffee company, Benchwarmerbrew.com. That's my coffee blend. It's my company. We work with some other creators. Cole from How About Damn Chiefs, Urinating Tree, 5 Points. We got the Chai Tea Higgins tea blend. Benchwarmerbrew.com. Sign up for the subscription service. It's the cheapest way to get my coffee. And also, we're going to be dropping a new blend soon. The Fuck the Refs blend. Now, to be fair, Chandler Jones became very expendable when the Raiders added edge rusher Gordon McGinnis, who Pro Football Focus apparently loves. Look, Chandler Jones took the attention away from the Chris Jones holdout in Kansas City, a much bigger real football story right now. Hell, if the Raiders lose Sunday because Jimmy G steps out of the back of the end zone, Raiders fans are still gonna blame Chandler Jones at this point. Here's the Chandler Jones meltdown timeline. Monday, on Twitter, and I will never call it X by the way, Monday, Jones tweets, "Year 12, let's fucking go. Can't wait to play this year. Feeling great in practice." So very optimistic for the 33-year-old edge rusher.
Love being here. Love OTAs. I don't think I've missed one in 12 years. I think this is my 12th OTA, and it's fun.
The vet, the pro, ready to try and sack Russell Wilson. Hell, I was a bit worried about the Raiders' edge rush with the addition of rookie Tyree Wilson. The Raiders seemingly bucking the trend and making a great pick with their high draft pick. There are big questions surrounding Denver's tackles right now. I was like, this is a bit of a mismatch. But my concern is lifting, and the optimism from Chandler Jones, that came crashing down on Tuesday when he took to Instagram in some now deleted posts. Just as a heads up, when I quote Chandler Jones and he uses the N-word, I will also be using the N-word. I'm kidding. I'm just gonna swap it with dude. Okay? He said, fuck it. I don't want to play for the Raiders if that's my head coach or GM. I want Patrick Graham, Ivy League dude. Patrick Graham did attend Yale, and if you don't know, he is the Raiders defensive coordinator. So Jones is advocating for his DC to become the head coach. And graduating Yale only to get a job with the Raiders? I think I just gave Harvard their best recruiting material in a century. Come to Harvard. We guarantee you won't have to work for the Raiders when you graduate. Now, Jones followed that message with, "They won't let me into the building though," trying to provoke a dude. He also posted some one-sided text message thread where he said if he tried to call Josh McDaniels, he probably wouldn't pick up either. From what I gather, Chandler Jones was pissed he couldn't get into the training facility. especially since it was the ever-important leg day. You can't miss that. He was trying to contact the Raiders. They ignored him. Until then, they tried to contact him, and that didn't go through, at which point they reached out to his baby mama, which he hasn't been with in 5 years, to see what was going on, and it took me a good 10 minutes to realize BM meant baby mama in this message and not bowel movement.
A little bit of feeling in your stomach.
Do you have fire in your gut?
For a second, I thought Chandler Jones might be that diarrhea airplane culprit. And I swear to God, if anyone makes a Russell Wilson diarrhea airplane meme, I will block you.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
Today, Chandler Jones didn't show up for the Raiders practice. He unfollowed the team on social media, the ultimate sign a man is officially done with the team. Josh McDaniels was asked about it after practice, and he said,
I'm not going to talk about that's kind of a personal situation, and we've never really gone into, those kind of things, so I'm going to steer away from that. It's a private matter, and, if there's something to report on it, then, we'll do that, but as of right now, no.
As of right now, okay.
There's nothing to talk about. No, I don't. Right now we're going day to day. He's not going to be here today, so we'll kind of take it one day at a time.
well, Josh, it's not private. We all got to read what happened, and nobody knows if Chandler Jones is even going to play on Sunday with the Raiders. Remember when Stephon Diggs and the Bills mutually agreed that he should leave practice for a day because they had a heated argument? This seems like the same type of deal, but Jones just lost his shit on social media instead of privacy of practice. Maybe everything will be okay in a day or two after cooler heads prevail. That's what happened in Buffalo, but since it's the Raiders, since it is Josh McDoofus, nobody thinks this will be okay. Nobody believes this has been handled. Not yet, anyway. Maybe Jones apologizes tomorrow and shows up for duty. That's a possibility. But honestly, I'd feel more confident if the words, "the checks in the mail," were coming out of Antonio Brown's mouth in regard to a payment he owes me than this getting mended. I do think the Raiders will be better off eventually with Tyree Wilson, but you want Jones around for depth and for that one random game where he's going to have 4 or 5 sacks, or whenever you have to play McCorkle Jones. Now, this came just a day or two after the Raiders reworked Jimmy Garoppolo's contract to free up $17 million in cap space to get the Raiders under the cap. Josh Jacobs returned to camp a couple weeks ago after he ended his contract dispute with the team. Devontae Adams hasn't demanded a trade and said he likes Vegas. Aiden O'Connell was a preseason darling. Things were feeling positive for the Raiders for one brief moment. And then Chandler Jones happened. Maybe Chandler Jones is an outlier, okay? Maybe the Raiders just realized they fucked up when they gave him 3 years, $51 million, and $32 million guaranteed. And maybe this is their way to trade him. They're out. Get someone else to pay part of that and get some sort of comp. But if you're a Raiders fan, I'd be a bit worried that a guy who played in Arizona before Las Vegas has bigger complaints about your organization than Arizona. This is Josh McDaniels' MO, though. Get a head coaching job. Get rid of your team's talented quarterback. That's Carr and Cutler. Get rid of the talented tight end, Darren Waller, Tony Scheffler. Bring in or try and bring in a quarterback you worked with in New England, Matt Castle, Jimmy G. Win roughly 6 games and slowly piss off everyone in the organization until you get fired. The only difference is Mark Davis is too cash poor to fire Josh McDaniels, making Josh a bigger welfare recipient than anyone on earth. He's doing the exact same thing to the Raiders as he did to the Broncos, like almost down to the T. Here's what's weird about Chandler Jones getting so mad right now, though. The number one reason outside of money that guys decide to join certain teams is relationships. Coaches bring in their guys, both in the coaching room and in terms of player personnel. They bring in guys they know, familiar with, that they like, that can fit certain roles. Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler came to Las Vegas together from New England. They are a duo. They are on the same page with every single personnel decision. They both know Chandler Jones very well from his time with the Patriots. So Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, they've nabbed a bunch of guys from New England, right? Backup QB Brian Hoyer, who is more loved by Patriots coaches than, Well, then Mark Davis loves the bowls from P.F. Chang's that he reuses for his haircuts. They signed injured foot Jimmy Garoppolo this offseason because he and Josh McDaniels worked together. Josh McDaniels scooped up many former Pats this offseason, including Jacoby Myers, Philip Dorsett, who the team ultimately released. So Chandler Jones being with the Raiders just made sense when it happened, when they signed him in 2022. Like, okay, yeah, maybe he's getting a little bit older. Maybe his production is a bit volatile, but Josh knows him, and Josh wants him on the team. Chandler Jones is golden. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but this feels like a terrible omen for the start of the Raiders season. It's unexpected. Chandler Jones hasn't been hinting that he wants out, that he's unhappy there. This came out of nowhere, and this could certainly just be a straight up Chandler Jones problem, and nothing that the Raiders actually did. But Josh could have cleared that up in his press conference, right?
It is what it is. Like I said, we're dealing with it internally. We've dealt with it, but we're not gonna get into this.
He could have said this was just a bad miscommunication. Took the blame like good coaches do. Said, Jones is good, we're all good, we're happy to have him when he returns. You know, coach speak. Another word for that? Leadership. Something I don't think Josh possesses. Instead, he just made the situation more mysterious. So it was unexpected. It was flat out weird. Shitting on your head coach and GM, even if you're right, it's hard to recover from as a player, especially as an aging player. And as fine as I think the Raiders will be with Tyree Wilson, they just possibly lost their projected starting edge rusher 4 days from opening kickoff against division rival, the Broncos. The only thing that can fix this for them is a win, and then a trade, where they get some really good draft comp for Chandler Jones. At this point, I have to believe he will be traded. He's clearly unhappy, and I feel like that will fester and bleed into the locker room if he sticks around. But I am rooting for him to get his wish, and for Mark Davis to fire Josh McDaniels and then hire Ivy Leaguer Patrick Graham. Obviously, Yale would have to close their doors forever, but that would be worth it. My prediction, though, my official prediction is Chandler Jones gets traded to the Patriots. It's pretty freaking obvious that's what's gonna happen, right, guys? Joshy calls his friend Bill up, says, you want Chandler Jones back? And Bill's like, yeah, we'll give you a 6-rounder, and we'll pay for him, and you'll help on the edge. And Josh will be like, deal. And then Chandler Jones will somehow be great again for the Patriots, and then they will trade him for some sort of weird high draft pick. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. And don't forget to check out our most recent episode of Balls Deep, the 2016 Year in Sports, where we do every sport, not just football.